Alrighty, hope you guys are all having a very good day here. I'm going to try to stream in 4K right now, so bear with me if the stream goes a little bit haywire. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to stick to that 4K resolution because it normally works pretty well unless it's the midday here. So let's give it a shot. Bitcoin's doing very well today. If you guys joined us for the midday stream, I appreciate it quite a bit. I think we're going to have one more stream here later on tonight, so I'm going to try to do 3 to 2 streams a day here, and I think so far they've been doing pretty well. So the big goal for today is basically talking about what happens next with Bitcoin, since we had a minor breakout. I would say 2 minor breakouts, right? And then of course what altcoins am I looking at, because right now Bitcoin is a little bit more bullish than it was before. Still not fully revving up, but I think we're in a good spot to see a reversal here sometime over the next few days, right? So happy to see you, Island Time, Peter, B-Way, Striker, Bajork, Anthony, and Etrev. Hope you guys are all having a good day here. Loki says hello. He just really wants a little treat. I had to make all the treats smaller because he's because I want him to stick around here and not move around too much on his bad paw. But his paw's healing up pretty nicely, which makes me very happy. So he's gonna be a good boy here. Yes, you are. Yeah. Grab some snacks, and he has to eat all of his kibble tonight. Yeah, so he's happy. Or he just wants to smell my fingers because they have a little bit of chicken jerky smell to them or something. Oh, now you guys can't see him. But anyway, look, you gotta move. Thank you. All right, now let's head over to the charts very fast. There we go. All right, so not much has changed since we last spoke. We've pretty much been going sideways here. Remember, we talked about the consolidation. That's basically what's been happening here. We took a small dip. I think we finished off our stream sometime between 12 and 1 o'clock. A small dip, consolidating from here, and now we're most likely going to try to come back down a little bit more, most likely, before trying to make a higher move here. I'd be surprised if we just started to rip out of nowhere like this, but it's been known to happen before. I think we might have to come back down here a little bit more just to get a little bit more of a dip and then try to move higher. At the end of the day, we had an ascending triangle right here, broke through it. Now we have a larger ascending triangle way up here, and now we're just trying to break out there as well, okay? Great cigar. All right, so that's basically what I'm looking at as far as Bitcoin's concerned. You know, I was taking a peek at Ethereum earlier on. Things are looking pretty similar here. Let's pull that back a little bit more. And you can see, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum did itself have a little bit more of a breakout here. You might even just say this one. All right. I'm not entirely sure if it looks as nice as Bitcoin's. But basically, I had a breakout out of an ascending triangle. This is on the 4-hour chart here, not on the daily chart. The daily chart looks a little bit different. A little bit more clustery here. However, things are still looking pretty good for Ethereum. Ethereum is basically at those support levels. It might come back down as far as perhaps 3,536. Could be interesting there. And I think what you're seeing right now on the 4-hour chart is, even though we had some death crosses on the 4-hour chart, they're starting to turn back into golden crosses, which is pretty nice here. Other things like the dollar index, I'm still watching this. You can see what happened a few minutes ago. There we go. We had something of a sudden spike around 5 p.m., which saw it come all the way to resistance levels, then come all the way back down. I don't exactly know what happened there. I was trying to look on, maybe if I try Forex News. I was trying to figure out what exactly happened there, because that's kind of a spooky thing to see. Again, it happened around 5 p.m. You know, Bitcoin around 5 p.m. Where's that? Right? Nothing really happened here. 5. Nope. Nothing happened with Bitcoin, so I don't know exactly what was going on. Why isn't this opening a new page, though? Coin market cap. Let's open that one as well. And that was 2 hours ago. So no, I don't see much here. March 25th. No, I'm not entirely sure what caused the dollar index to have that spike, but it's just something I'm just watching pretty closely, okay? So as far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin right now, you can see we had a little bit of a breakout right there. The momentum's not really there, so it's kind of an iffy breakout already. However, if you guys want to day trade, you might find an opportunity here. I might wait for another level of consolidation before trying to buy into that, because typically that isn't something you know normally want to be buying into. But let's back up here a little bit more. Let's exit out this trend line here. Dogecoin still grinding higher. Dogecoin is on the verge of a pretty good day here. Now we are a little bit closer to those all-time, well, the cycle highs, I would say, of 20 something cents. What is that? 0.20637. We are getting closer to that, so keep an eye on for Dogecoin, because regardless of what Bitcoin's doing, Dogecoin's been having some really good days here. Everything else seems to be just okay as of now. Gala's up 5%, still curling up after that breakout. I didn't buy this breakout because the momentum wasn't on its side, but so far it still seems to be moving quite higher, which I like. Although you are going to be looking at some resistances on Gala happening later on today, so just be aware of that. ICP is still chugging higher here. This is something that's been kind of crazy to watch. Cycle high-wise, ICP continues to move higher. We're still very low compared to where we opened up at way back over here in, 2021. However, it's still making moves. You're not going to have another level of resistance here until about 2260, and we're at 1847. You're probably going to see people hopping into ICP right now and hold for maybe another week or so, perhaps. So that's one thing that people are going to be looking for. STMX is making a move over the last few days. That looks pretty nice here. Most of you guys don't know what STMX is. This is just something I hold every now and again. Or this is something I've been holding for a while, actually, I should say that. Meme tokens are... Let's go to maybe the BOEM 4-hour chart, perhaps. Book of Meme isn't doing anything here. I bought some more. I'm hoping it goes higher. Milady token going higher a little bit here, but not much. Baby Doge, not really much here. Miro, not much. Whiff token, not much at all. It had this breakout here, but it just never really took off. Look at the daily chart. And it just ends up being kind of a wonky move here. Like it wants to come down even more, which is kind of weird despite how crazy the 4-hour chart looks with this larger move here. Consolidation, then just trying to basically hold. So keep an eye out for Whiff. It probably will have something of a snap move here pretty soon. And by that, I mean it'll have a pretty volatile move. And you can see it tried to break it earlier, got smacked back down, tried again, got smacked back down. Something's holding Whiff back, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. Everything else, just okay. Ajax is going up, PHA is going up, even though it's getting smacked down a little bit as well. And WLD, World Token, still doing fine. Render's doing not really much here, actually. But overall, we're having a pretty good day, so I'm pretty optimistic about what Bitcoin can do over the next few days here. Back over to the 15-minute chart, make sure all my stuff is set up properly, and I think we are good to go. All right. Hey Wilder, hey Mike, thanks for streaming. Hopefully the internet doesn't go haywire. I'm really hoping so. I can see right now on my software, I'm streaming at 35,000, 38,000 kilobytes per second. That should be more than enough. What happens is all of a sudden Xfinity will throttle it. I don't know what's going on, but it'll go from like 36, 35,000 all the way to 2,000. And when that happens, YouTube is like, nope, can't do it. But for this afternoon stream, what I did is I throttled it down to HD instead of 4K. And I think that did a little bit of good work there, but I'm not entirely sure if I can do that at night because I prefer to have a 4K stream if possible. I literally pay the extra money a month so I can stream in 4K. I don't need crazy download speeds. I don't need crazy upload speeds. I need the upload speeds just for streaming for you guys. In 4K, I hope, right? And hey, Shannon, you did miss Loki, but he's somewhere. I don't know where he's at, actually. I think he's upstairs. Since my sister's here, he's trying to mooch off for her and get extra treats that he can't get from me, even though I got him one. Perhaps if I held one up here. Nope, nope. You'll see him in a little bit later. He'll come running over. I see pumping all day. Yeah, well, yeah, it has been pumping all day, that's for sure. US 2-year yield spiked down at the same time as dollar index. Ah, thank you. Okay, I want to see if anybody, there was news though. Like, I wonder what the news was. They don't necessarily have bond news here, which is crazy. And I went on FX Street, but I don't see much here as well. Did gold spike up? This is the 26th, so this is not our time here, but basically, let me check out gold very fast. Did gold make a move around the same time? Is that 5 o'clock? No. Here. No, not much. So yeah, that was Thursday. That's something we have to worry about right now. Interesting. But basically right now, guys, Bitcoin is gearing up for another move here. Looks like for today to try to probably go back up towards $73,500, maybe higher. We'll have to wait and see. But more likely than not, we'll probably go up, like we talked about before, take a dip, and then try to break out later on. Since this is a bull market, you may just say it'll pump, it breaks out today or tomorrow. That can always happen. Because of that, what I've decided to do is I started to do a little bit of a swing trade opening. And I'm basically going to be dollar cost averaging a little bit. I already did my first buy-in. I'll probably do another buy-in here later on tonight, maybe around 11 o'clock p.m. my time, which is 4 hours from now. And then if we still look like we're going up higher, I'll triple down onto it sometime tomorrow morning, basically. And I'm hoping that we can have a stronger move over the next few days. So I've started to do a swing trade here. You guys will notice that the oscillators are not bullish yet. The RSI is bullish, the stochastic is bullish, but the MACD is not. I'm going to go a little bit more risky here than my normal strategy. And I've started to buy up more for the next few days to see what happens. So this is going to be something where I hold for maybe 2 weeks or so, you know. I've given myself a pretty tall price target and a pretty crazy stop loss. My stop loss is going to be all the way down here at about $63,000. This bottom is around $63,074, but I just evened it out. And then my price target here is going to be going back down from this level over here to high to low, and I'm going to be aiming for, I think it was like the darker blue line. I don't even know if people call it blue or whatnot, but here, $81,761. I'm going to see if Bitcoin can get back up over here over the next like week or two. And so I've started to buy into some swing trades. One of the reasons I'm doing more of a 1 to 2 week type of hold here and not necessarily doing something a little bit larger or longer is because I'm still waiting personally. I'm still waiting for the weekly charts to get back in the groove. The stochastic right now is negative, and I'm just hoping it gets back to positive. And then from there, everything should still be able to work better. And I think next week will probably be even a better week than this one. So if we do manage to have a breakout all of a sudden, I think next week is probably going to be the best week of the 2 weeks coming up. That's probably an easy way to say that. But yeah, so I've started to do a little bit of buy-ins here. I'm going to see what happens next. I've only done a small position in so far, you know, just a couple $1,000s. But 10x leverage, so I'm risking quite a bit. And I'm hoping that we can move higher here. But I just wanted to get an entry position in here and see where it goes next. Let's hop out of here very fast, hop out of that, go over to the 15, and we can kind of watch this sucker play out here. Let's knock off the ash just for my safety or my sanity here. Looks like a bull flag filming on the 50-minute for Bitcoin. Yeah, it's trying to make a move here. I was looking at it a little bit earlier. You can see right there, right? It broke out on the 15. It just hasn't been able to make a move. But it does kind of symbolize that we've had a little bit of a change of the downtrend, kind of going more sideways now. And we have the most slightest uptrend here. I'm not crazy optimistic that this will hold, but I'm hoping that we can try to keep this momentum going on. It really depends if we want to take one more dip here, consolidate, and then later on at night, again, this is probably why I think I'm probably going to be buying in at 11 o'clock, because we have an opportunity to dip back down over here and move higher. Oh, and here's Bitcoin. All right, not Bitcoin. Here's let me give you a tinny treat. You already had a treat. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Yeah. Oh. He's looking for more of it. But there's Loki. Alright. Good boy. He's looking for more, but he doesn't have any more for a while. Alrighty. So let's go over here very fast. And just so you guys know, the momentum on the 4 hour is cooling off a little bit. Not terrible, just cooling off. So we might go in a little bit more of a consolidation mode here pretty soon. But I'm still, again, for today's daily candle, we still look like we're in a very good spot here. So I'm hoping that we can keep it up and we don't get a we don't have a sideshow or something with some bears coming in to ruin the fun. Coin, I just talked about it a few minutes ago. Let's see. Hey Japan Bikers, can I plug my Bitcoin Sleep YouTube page here? I use it when I sleep to keep an eye on price so I can sleep. Oh, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I don't stop you, but I don't know exactly what what that means. There you go. My son wants to stream forex, but I don't know where to start on equipment. Only got a laptop. Any suggestions for recommendations on equipment needed for a starter? Usually you can get him a decent gaming laptop and that'll be plenty. I started off with a laptop just because it was for work. Right now I've upgraded to a desktop, and my desktop costs like $3,500, something like that. You don't need to go that high. A decent gaming laptop with maybe a 3080 or something should be just fine. The newest ones are like 4080s and whatnot. You don't need to go that crazy. And then from there, the real thing is you should probably just try to get a couple cheap monitors. He doesn't need anything fancy if he's trying to stream. A couple HDMI cords and then an Ethernet cord to go straight into the modem. That way he doesn't have to rely on the Wi-Fi signal, which can be drastically different than just, you know, having everything hooked up by wire. And that usually does the trick. But as far as like exactly the type of computer, I'm not entirely too knowledgeable. When I went to get my computer, I went to Best Buy and they were more than helpful with me. I've heard mixed results depending on which Best Buy you go to, but if you buy a city, they're usually a little bit better. But if you're out in the middle of kind of nowhere, usually they're not as good at the Best Buys from what I've seen personally and from what I've heard from friends. So if you have a Best Buy in your neighborhood or area, if it's downtown, you're probably gonna have more geeky guys there. And that's usually where I would go. Specifically as the geeky guys here all work for Microsoft and stuff like that. So they have to go to Best Buy or they go wherever they want to go and they have it built up for them. VAR is pumping hard after the cup and handle break on the 30. Ooh, that's nice. And hey, Fredro, appreciate it. And hey, Moon Trades, happy to see you. I know, it's really nice. I need a cigar. It's been a long day. Tomorrow, oh, okay, so my grandparents invited me and my sister out for a day out in the city tomorrow in Seattle, since my sister's back from college for spring break. So I'm not going to be able to stream in the middle of the day. I'm going to be leaving at my place probably around 11 a.m. And I'll be going out to Alki Beach, possibly the Pike Place Market, possibly. I'm not entirely sure. So I won't be able to stream in the middle of the day. So what I may do is I may do a morning stream around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We'll see if I even wake up that early, to be honest, because I'm going to be streaming at midnight tonight as well. And then whenever I get back, I'll go live and talk to you guys for a bit, then try to have another late night stream there as well. But I know I'm probably not going to be doing a 1 p.m. stream or a 2 p.m. stream tomorrow. Nothing like that. So just so you guys are aware, if Bitcoin is booming in the morning and I have time after I take a shower, let Loki and all that type of stuff, I'll come do a quick 1 hour stream or 2 hour stream if I really have time. Probably won't have time for a 2 hour stream, but a quick 1 hour stream, just kind of giving you guys my thoughts, talk about stuff. And if I can, maybe I'll even make a video for you guys that'll kind of last the rest of the day or something. Like I put out a video just a few minutes ago. YouTube's having some glitches right now, so I can't even see my views. Let me see if I can show you guys. I don't know if it's fixed up or not. Analytics. There we go. Yeah, total views for selected date range, region, other filters. We're experiencing issues with the systems for real-time data. So my real-time data is kind of wonked out right now. Nothing is actually looking okay. So I have really no idea. But I put out a video a little bit ago, when should you buy Bitcoin and altcoins, kind of gave me a little bit of update about all that type of stuff, and some dollar cost averaging techniques. The video seems to be doing well so far, but I'm hoping that I can figure out the data for that pretty soon. And hey, Japan Bikers, thank you very, very much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it. And let me know if you have any questions as well. I know you just asked a question, but you get what I'm saying. There you go. And hey, Paul, is this what you're doing for a living, streaming and trading? Among other things, I guess. I have severe ADHD, as my doctor puts it, so I pretty much just find money wherever I can. My number one source of income is trading and investing. I get a lot of dividends because I've just been investing in a lot of companies for a while now. Dividends, then I trade crypto, then it goes to options, and then it goes to YouTube, and then after YouTube, it's kind of a mix of, what would I even call that? It's like where I work with different AI companies and I just give them feedback and advice and how to use them and what I like about them and so forth, like what the issues, like workflow issues and stuff like that. So right now you see one of my sponsors. I don't know if it's going to show up here underneath the Bitcoin price. Opus Clip will pop up here pretty soon. You guys will notice that I don't necessarily make videos or content too much for Opus Clip. Most of the time I'm just working with them outside of my YouTube capacity, which is fine, right? But it's not like I'm promoting them every video or something like that. They just have a little banner there. But most of you guys probably don't even know what Opus Clip is. Like, it's where I get all my shorts. Like, basically, here, let me just show you my dashboard. So I can take a video like a political speech, Jerome Powell's speech, one of my videos, and I can pretty much, like, here's my stream from earlier. I can cut it up, and it automatically cuts all of it up for me, so I can put it as YouTube Shorts. So people that don't normally see my content on YouTube, that only use Shorts, they can see me like, hey, maybe I want to watch this guy on stream, right? But I also do it for like Jerome Powell. If Joe Biden speaks, Trump speech, I want to usually cover that type of stuff and talk about it. I'll just cut it up and it'll show it in this format. Or if I don't want to have it show up in that format here, which is like a different one, I can have it take up the full screen. Like here's Joe Biden speaking at the State of the Union. You see how his whole face, the whole picture's in there. But it's very, very nice. I have a lot of hours with them. They're very, very chill people. They're the ones paying for me to go to Vegas next month. And so I'm going to be going to a lot of booths there and talking to people and getting them to go over to the Opus booth and making connections on behalf of them and stuff like that. Remember, I'm a former marketing manager / director. I guess I've done both jobs in the past. I guess marketing director sounds a little bit more fancy, doesn't it? I just bunch of just random skills put together, and I've made myself a decent little life here. But trading is definitely the #1 way I make money. Trading is definitely the way. Dividends are nice and stuff like that, but trading is definitely just, you know, you buy low, sell high, or you do a little bit of leverage day trading when you can. Like right now, I'm getting really close to doing a lot more day trading. I'm really excited for it, but I'm just probably not going to be doing it until later on this week. But I already did one day trade, and that was the one I told you guys about yesterday, day before yesterday. We were talking about what happened if Bitcoin broke out above this trend line here. Was it this one? There you go. Yeah, Bitcoin broke out here. I was going to buy. I bought, stop loss here. Sold off the majority of my trades so far. This is what I was showing you guys earlier throughout the day. There you go. First price target hit. Second price target hit. I only have about 20% of my initial position back in here. And I'm basically waiting to see what happens next. I'm being patient with it. But now I'm looking to start open up some swing trades here, which usually are more capital, less leverage. Day trades are less capital, more leverage, if that makes sense. There we go. Get rid of that again. So things are working out okay so far. Next up though, actually, let me just keep this as a 15-minute chart. Back over here to this. Now all of a sudden, now we got some good levels to look at here, or possibly we can go back up here towards $78,000 or up here on 84. I'm pricing in more of an $84,000 move over the next 2 weeks. If we can really start to haul this week, we can really go higher next week, and I'd just be so much happy about that one. So that's kind of the game plan right now. Let's hope the game plan works out though. Let's hope it works out. Which is why I've only done an initial buy in here. I bought this dip a while ago, or this dip right over here. And I'm waiting for us to potentially come down another leg. Then I want to buy more, and then I'll see what happens afterwards. I may end up buying more on the way back up here, but I really want to see a little bit more growth here because my stop loss is so far down. All right. My stop loss is all the way down. No. Did I hear 64,000? Oh man, I forgot why I did it. It's pretty far down. It's a lot more than you would think so. Like it's not down here at 66,000. I think it's down here on 64. Yeah, down at $64,000. So I'm giving it a chance to come back down if it really has to. I'll double down. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I'm giving it a chance in case it wants to do that. Typically, I'd wait a few more days before making the trade, but I don't think I need to this time. We'll see if I'm right or wrong about it though. There we are. This just feels like a weird chart to watch though. There we are. Thanks, Paul. For those that have known me for a while, they know I did not grow up in the best of circumstances. So usually it's pretty nice to live the life I have now, right? And then Matthew, I only have one cigar tonight. And that is a Padron Family Reserve, 85 years. It's one of my favorites now because the draw is so smooth and it stays lit for a very long time. The only issue though is this is my last one. So I have to go find a box of this somewhere, and I was thinking of spending money on a box. But then, you know what I did? I was like, hey, I'm flying to Vegas next month, and these headphones are getting a little bit worn because I use them every now and again for streaming, right? And these are Sony XM400s or 4000s or something like that. So what I decided to do is I'm going to keep these for my streaming, but I decided to buy some new headphones today, which totally took out the budget of my cigars for the week. What did I get? Let's see. I got these things. Oh no, not these things. Wireless headphones. There you go. I got these Momentum 4 wireless. They're on sale, it looks like, so I was kind of happy to buy them. I got them in the color white. I've never owned a pair of white headphones, so I thought this, you know, why not? I usually just get pure black or, you know, matte black or something. So they seem to be kind of nice. They're perfect for airplanes. I used to have a pair of these, like the one that was 2 models back or something, and I absolutely love them. So now I'm going to take an opportunity because I typically like the sound quality on Sennheiser more than Sony. But Sony's perfectly applicable for, you know, using it on my computer and whatnot. But Sennheiser on the airplane, oh, I melt into the seat. I'm drinking up all the first class free drinks, and I'm just like passing out to classical music here. So that kind of blew through my budget for the week. Although if I find some cigars tomorrow when I'm with my grandparents, I'm gonna convince them to take me to a cigar shop while we're going up there. I may splurge for a box of these suckers. I don't think they're totally expensive, which is why I think I'll be able to sneak it into my budget here. And hey, I'm happy to see you back, man. I keep going back and forth on day trading, basically buy low, sell high, strictly spot right now. Spot makes it a lot easier for you not to lose as much money. Some people like to go crazy with it. And hey Steve, thank you very, very much. I'll let you guys know what I end up buying tomorrow. I'll probably just end up buying them. I'll let you guys know what I buy, but I'm going to be buying a box of cigars, and I just want to make sure they're good. Because I think I'm going to go to a place called Rain City Cigars, which I haven't been before, but I'm really excited to try it out. And I doubt anybody is going to try to steal that out of a car, right? Unless some homeless guy really wants it. Hi, Mike. In one of your videos, you said when Bitcoin starts to plateau, also boom. What does this all indicate that Bitcoin, that crypto as a whole, that nearing a peak of the season? For me, I think it's usually when you see the 50-day moving average really start to go sideways for maybe about like 2 weeks or so. Back over here, how long do we go sideways for? $23 days, so maybe a little bit longer, but I guess you might even see it plateaued right here. 18 days still? I went for a few weeks. Usually what I'm looking for though, when I see things like getting bad, is that death cross there. As far as plateau, I don't necessarily think I have an indicator that does that for me. You know, you can see right here, I would consider all of this plateauing for Bitcoin, even this initial drip right here. To me, this is all just seeing like, oh, we're not moving as high, we're not moving as high, we're kind of taking too long to move up, very volatile, but it's not making new highs. Usually that's when I start thinking, okay, that's when I'm getting out of a lot of my positions. Primarily though, during that time frame, you're seeing altcoins really go sky high. Like I think the one we use initially is like, you can see Bitcoin started to go sideways pretty much over here back in February of 2021, February 22nd. You go over here to Matic. February. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, February 22nd is like over here on Matic's chart, right? This kind of went higher for this time, Then there was like a second rebound because Bitcoin did that other move. That's one example there. Let me just double check I wasn't crazy when I said that February 22nd thing though. Yeah, February 22nd of 2021. What else is there that's been around for a while? I guess we can do Dogecoin because Dogecoin's really going to be leading the way with altcoins this year. February 22nd. February 22nd is over here. Or excuse me, February 22nd is right there. Right? And you can see if I squeeze it down a little bit more, we still ran up a lot more. Anything else? Oh, Solana is a good one right here. This kind of does its own little thing, but still important. July 21st. February 22nd is right around here. February, yeah, there you go. Right? So things typically will move higher. Now, again, I don't know if we're going to have this second wave with Bitcoin that caused a second wave with a lot of other altcoins. I don't know if we're having that this time. I really don't. But even with something that's like an XRP that doesn't necessarily go crazy, you know what I mean, over in the scheme of things, that's 2021. February 2021 is over here. Had at least one more rally here, and it kind of died out. But still, during that consolidation with Bitcoin for that period of time, you know, you're going to see a lot of things rising up. You're not going to be able to time it perfectly because, you know, you're going to be, right now we're using the lovely thing called hindsight. But you could almost think of it as altcoins going parabolic with Bitcoin pretty much going sideways and not going parabolic with it. You can kind of assume we're pretty much feeling the top range there. And don't worry about trying to time it perfectly. Just have those decent scale out opportunities. And I think the scale outs will work out in your favor. Or excuse me, scaling out will work out in your favor. And thanks again, Steve. I really do appreciate it. I got to figure out what I want to buy though. I really hope they have these family reserves. These things are great. I didn't bring any more cigars downstairs though. Padron family reserves, 85 years. See, they look like they're in these tiny boxes, right? Look at these tiny boxes. It's only a box of 10. So a box of 10 for $239. That's basically 20 something dollars a stick, like $21, $20.50 or something like that. Not a lot. Oh no, 20 times 10. Oh, it's like $22 a stick, right? So I can buy 10. I can buy a box of 10 here if I'm lucky. I don't know if this is a box of, this looks like a box of 5 or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, they're just absolutely great cigars. So, but I want to buy them in person. I don't want to buy them online. I don't like to buy cigars online if I don't have to. They're from Fillers Nicaraguan. The binder's Nicaraguan. The size are robuster. The wrapper is also from Nicaragua. Their strength is full. They're very good. They're handmade. Absolutely gorgeous. They're just a little pricey here. But you guys know I smoke enough at this point. And hey, JP, why did Reddit pump today? Oh, Reddit's pumping because it's a new IPO and everybody's interested in it. It'll die off fairly soon, I believe. It reminds me a lot of what we saw happen with Hood back in the day. So Robinhood for the first few days when it IPO'd, right? You saw some pretty great moves for like what? How long was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days of really good volatility. Then it started to slow down a little bit. Then earnings reports came out. Then of course, you know, it kind of fell down. This is why I was loading up on it here, and trust me, if you've been around for a while, you know how much I hated just waiting for this thing to pop. But so far, it's doing okay, and I'm making money on the position. So it's just taking quite a bit of time for me to make a good amount of money on the position. Let's say that. I was hoping they were going to get bought out, but if this thing hits around 25 bucks, I think I'm selling Robinhood, honestly. So I'll take my profit and run. There's not really too much of an incentive to buy this at this point in time, if you ask me. That's Hood, right? Though Coinbase probably a little bit of a better play here because of all the money they're making from the hedge funds. I'm thinking of doing some earnings options around that time where I buy a little bit before earnings because the premium should be going up a little bit. That's like going to a dispensary, not that I do. And hey, Ethereum is trash. Happy to see you back, man. Yeah, I'm trying to stream 2 or 3 times a day here. So far, it's been hard to do 3, but I'm gonna try to do it tonight by streaming around midnight, and then I'm gonna go to bed right after the stream because I have to wake up early to stream again around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whenever I wake up. And then from there, I'm going to be going off to Seattle for the day with my grandparents and my sister, which will be kind of fun. We're going to go out and explore the town. Going to go grab some dinner, probably some lunch. And, you know, yeah, good family day here. Good family day. And thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Did I talk about GameStop earnings tomorrow? I have not talked about GameStop. Let me see what's going on with GameStop here. I don't think I ever talk about GameStop much anymore. It's rare. No earnings market. Oh, there it is. Is it aftermarket close? Tuesday aftermarket close. Well, it's been having a rally going into that. I mean, it popped up from $13 to $15, so we had a 15% day today. Pretty darn volatile. It's still hovering around that old level of support here. I could say that you have a potential for a kickoff that leads you off of the lows and tries to move you back up here towards 25. I don't know what the actual current short interest is on this. How much? What percent is it? 29% institutional owned. Short flow is 22%. This has the potential to have a nice squeeze here. Now, I'd be careful if you want to do any options on it because the implied volatility would be pretty insane. So even if you guess right, you might still be losing money there. But I think with a good report, it has the opportunity to probably go up towards 25 to 33 bucks. That 33 bucks right there, $35. So pretty much 27, 34 on a good day here. If it's bad, you're probably just going to come back down to support levels here. You're probably not going to break down. The last few earnings reports on this one, let's go to the daily chart. Right there, dropped down, nothing really happened. Earnings report right here, again, nothing really happened. Earnings report over here, gapped down. Earnings report over here, gapped up. It usually seems like whatever day, like you want to sell it the day after basically. So you're probably going to be getting rid of this position sometime after hours on Tuesday or pre-market on Wednesday or at the trading day on Monday. And that'll give you the best opportunity. But from what I'm seeing here, typically it looks like the morning is when you want to get out of these, when it gaps up. Any other gap ups that's been doing? Nothing there. Split. Nothing there. Yeah, I would take the chance to try to buy this up around 15 bucks and see where it goes. Could be kind of fun. But I don't know if they've been having any progress or doing much. Have they been working with AI or anything like that? I would love to see GameStop get into it. That could really get the stock pumping up if they can do something meaningful. I don't know if they want to make those types of investment though, or if they even have the capital for that type of investment, right? GameStop could be share buyback, I hear. Oh, buybacks could be kind of interesting. That could be actually something I didn't even think of. And hey, Alexandre, thanks for the super chat. ICP 1 minute chart, does this look manipulated to you? ICP 1 minute chart? No, people are just buying into it. It looks like right now, looks like we're seeing a little bit more of a breakdown at this point, but it looks like, remember ICP, we just talked about this a few minutes ago. ICP is currently in the process of a breakout. When you're seeing something break out like this, it usually means we're going to have a lot more momentum taking over and prices going up higher and higher and higher. We haven't been this high in years. The last time it was this high was back in 2022, April, almost 2 years, right? So that's all you're seeing right now is a little bit of a breakout. The momentum is increasing. Actually, right as we were starting the stream, I told people that they probably would want to buy into, no, it was the stream earlier today. Sorry, not this one. I was talking to people, they probably would want to buy into this and hold for about a week or two because of this current breakout that we're seeing. And it seems like it's working out so far. We'll have to wait and see, but Yeah, it's not manipulation. It's just a breakout. And the momentum is everybody's attacking it because they all see an opportunity to make some money off of it. You'll see it in a lot of other tokens. Like, what's anything else up right now? Really? Gala's up a little bit here. Go over here to the 1 hour chart, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, I had a breakout right here. Breakout, came up, and it's still going high after the breakout. Pretty much the same thing, and you can even see right now, actually, over the last few minutes, this has had a run up as well. Volatility, sure. It's just a lot of people taking profits, a lot of people buying back in. Just a lot of volume, which is a good thing for the market, if you ask me. That means people are getting interested back in altcoins again, and there's hope that Bitcoin goes higher here. And hey, Anthony, happy to see you, my man. Yeah, it's an 88% run over the past few days. It'll be pulling back soon. Oh, what's on the 88% run? So I'm going through so many things right here. Hey, Michael, Chili's is a good coin to get into with Euro 2024 coming. Oh, I didn't even think about Euro 2024. And hey, Grumpy Miner, Fetch. I can look at Fetch for you. Just let me know. Well, I'll do a generic breakdown for you. There you go. Fetch is up 3% so far, I'd say. Moving up pretty well on the 5. So as far as Fetch AI, this is one of those things I've been heavily dollar cost averaging over the past couple weeks. Seems to be doing fine. It hasn't broken out yet, but typically because of the way altcoins are going right now with Bitcoin getting all bullish, you're probably going to expect a breakout on this sometime over the next few days. So you're seeing people right now buy up in anticipation of that breakout or just trying to get it up to this level of resistance. For me right now, the way Bitcoin's going, how all of a sudden we're back to being bullish, everything's really happy. You might consider buying right now and then having the stop loss back down here around 236. That stop loss is going to be pretty hefty right now. That's going to be a 13% stop loss. We're still bearish on all the oscillators, which is unfortunate. You might give it a few more days before everything is kicking into high drive, but still, it'd be a good opportunity to buy right now. You could always adjust that stop loss if you don't feel comfortable with it over here. Maybe you can move it over 248 or maybe even over here to the body of the candle, 258. That's really up to you though. On the weekly chart here, it looks like we have another opportunity to make a move up just like everything else. Oscillators are all bullish except for the stochastic, which seems to be kind of bearish here, just like how Bitcoin is at this point in time, and Bitcoin still looks like it wants to break out. So it's a good opportunity if you wanted to buy this for a week or two, in my opinion. Just know that we haven't had everything turn bullish completely, so it is still a little bit more of a risk than I would like to take. I'm still taking that risk just because I want to get into some positions here before a potential rally, and I'd rather be wrong about this and take a loss than miss out on a potential huge all-time high next move for Bitcoin here. But still, it still looks good to me right now. You're seeing it on the verge of making a move up. For me right now, though, I think you'd probably want to buy sometime in the next 24 hours or something. But if you already have it, you're just basically sitting on your hands and waiting for that larger move to happen, that overall breakout. Hey, Zach. Margin is more about borrowing straight money to do trades with. I don't like it at all. Leverage is a little bit easier because you're just doing a 2x or a 3x on your trades. Whatever leverage you want to do, and the fees are a lot less when it comes to leverage than going with margin trades, a lot less. The one thing I will say is the only time you might want to do margin as a new investor is if the exchange primarily has margin positions, and not every exchange has those. Margin positions are like Bitcoin 3x. That's like the name of the token. So basically, if Bitcoin moves up 1%, this particular coin, Bitcoin 3x, move up 3x, right? Same if it goes down 1x, it'll go down 3x. And you're not borrowing money to do that. So I typically like leverage. I don't like to go with margin at all. I hate margin just because of the fees. Let's see it here. When Doge runs retail, will for the comeback. I think we have seen people from the last blow run start to coming back in. I think so as well. It's been kind of slow, but they're trickling back in. And plus, ETFs haven't been buying much over the last couple days. They haven't. So this move was brought along by retail and whales, which is kind of nice. There you go. Oh, thank you, Michael. Remember about Proppy on Coinbase wallet? I think I meant an NFT address in it. Future will tell me the real owner and the homie address and sell the platform real estate. Oh, that could be interesting, Nico. The more NFTs get into real estate, the more excited I get about them. I don't necessarily care about the art aspect of NFTs, to be frank, but when it comes to real world applications and so forth, and tokenization of those assets, I think that's where you see an opportunity to make some money off of it. And hey, the code, happy to see you, man. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see it here. Hey, Michael, Agala, we talked about it a little bit ago, but I can break it down here very fast. There you go. So we had that breakout on Gala. Right now it's running up against a little bit of resistance. It looks like it's at 0.07390. I'd be interested to see if we can actually break out above that. You might see a little bit more consolidation on the 1 hour chart here pretty soon. But we're gearing up for a large move. It looks like sometime tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited with it. The 1 hour just finally turned bullish again on all the oscillators, which I'm kind of happy about. 2 hour bullish on everything. The 4 hour bullish on everything. And the daily over here, almost bullish on everything. It's getting there. So at worst, I see a dip and a rip type of effect. At best, you see it rip and then take a dip again somewhere else, just a little bit higher. So no matter what, it's going to take a dip before it tries to go higher towards, you know, like 10 cents or something like that. However, we're still in a pretty good spot where if you buy right now and hold for a couple weeks, all of a sudden everything is kind of shifting back into a more bullish scenario here. And there we go. And yeah, I like Arrow for a long-term hold. It's one of those things I'm holding for the cycle high. I'm hoping it continues to get a larger market cap, but so far so good. Spying a bullish pennant, we broke out on the 15-minute Bitcoin time frame with a target of 75K, new all-time high. We'll see. I think a new all-time high by the end of this week. I'm probably not the best at timing this type of stuff for like the next couple days, but I would consider a large move happening sometime before Thursday, most likely Thursday. And hey, Ian, how's the dog doing? He's doing fine. He's passed out right here. He cut his paw the other day, so he's pretty much on bed rest duty. And every time I wrap his paw, I put some of that antibiotic spray that like also seals the wound. I put like a little bandage on, and then I wrap it up. He keeps on taking it off, so I feel like he needs a cone or something to stop it. But it's healing up slowly, which is kind of nice. It's not all red and stuff anymore, which I like, and it's still clean. There's no infection or anything like that, so I'm just happy about that. But I have to watch him all the time because the other day he was very, like, he was not like, he didn't want to walk on it too much. Now he's able to walk. He's not limping anymore, so I'm pretty happy with that. So he's doing a lot better. And hey, Paul, I appreciate that. That's one of the reasons I've been trying to stream more and more, because I feel like some people can't watch me in the evening versus daytime when they're at work. So if I give them different options, they can kind of hear different opinions. And of course, with every stream, I got new information about what the price action's doing, so I can give you guys a little bit more of an update. Hey, the code woo, Bitcoin is exciting again. Guys, you have no idea how surprised I was that we ended up holding this level right here. Like from a historical pattern, it made sense that we were breaking back down below here. That's why my first instinct was to say $62,000. However, the way all the FUD was going and how it was like, damn, the dollar index, actually, it was really the dollar index that really spooked me with Bitcoin. It was really the dollar index. The way that was going, I was like, if we break out here, this is going to be absolutely massive. That'll probably bring us back up here to 105, 106, 107. That could really decimate the market here. But so far, we're coming back down a little bit so far. I'm still wondering, like, if we break out, can Bitcoin still go higher? I think the answer is yes, I think. But I hope we don't break out, and I hope we don't have to test out that scenario. Because go over here to the monthly chart, you know, doesn't it just feel like we want to move back up here a little bit more? Go back in time a little bit more here, right? Back in the 80s and so forth. We came down quite a bit after that inflation scare. We didn't necessarily see the dollar go crazy high again all the way until like 2000. So I think we're okay for now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we spike back up I'd be very surprised if we found a way that we're going back above $114, $115 though. But maybe we have one more uptick before eventually coming back down. Whenever that happens, I'll just be happy to be done with focusing on the dollar too much. We're still going to be focused on it, but just not too much. Ooh, my cigar is running out of juice here. Poor looky, I know, right? It's freaking, oh god, it's been stressful. Normal process would be, oh, sorry, good time to put it along. Yeah, I'm doing an initial buy-in right now. I anticipate we'll probably try to dip back down here, then I'll kind of buy a little bit more, but I'm basically just waiting right now. But yeah, I've already done a position. Part of the reason is I already bought the breakout down here, and I've already kind of sold off most of it up here and some over here. So I'm just thinking of a longer term position since all of a sudden Bitcoin's a little bit more bearish. I'm hoping that Bitcoin can continue to go higher here, and we'll see if it does, of course. Now I had, oh, there's Oscar. Normal process would be that Bitcoin, after the Bitcoin halving, everything would explode and go to the moon. So should we bag as much tokens before the halving? Yeah. So this is why I continue to dollar cost average. That's why I anticipate the halving happening in 25 days or so, maybe 24 days now. 25 days, 6 hours, 14 minutes, 35 seconds. I anticipate that happening, and then somewhere after that, we're going to have a very large move with Bitcoin. That's why I've still been dollar cost averaging this entire time. But I'm dollar cost averaging. I'm not buying and then thinking of selling before the halving. Like, for instance, what usually happens is people will buy, like, let's say Bitcoin popped off right now, right? They'd buy right here. But if Bitcoin came all the way back down here towards $67,000, they'd probably sell around here. And then, you know, they'd be looking for another opportunity to buy into their position instead of just holding and waiting through all the waves and stuff like that until we actually start making those higher moves. This is why I kept on telling you guys I'm just dollar cost averaging. I wasn't doing any day trades. Well, I was doing a few day trades, but I wasn't doing any swing trades. Just buying a little bit, buying a little bit. Remember, my first dollar cost average in this cycle was right here. Not even on the good dip. This dip over here. And so far, things are looking okay. But this one, remember, I put out that video a while ago that said this Bitcoin dip feels different or something. You know, it looks like we were looking at a little bit more of a bearish move here, but I'm still happy with it. There you go. Right now, we're just waiting to see how much further Bitcoin wants to go up or if we want to come back down here. There we are. And let's see. Why is it doing that? Let's take off the band here for the 85 years. That way I don't burn my hands in a few minutes without knowing. Oh, there we go. Yeah, but going back to your question, the easiest way to make money right now, I just put out a video. The easiest way you can make money right now is just to dollar cost average and wait. Now, let's go over here to the cigar one. Let's get out of this one. Remember, we've been doing this for the past 3 weeks now, and we're up up $113 now. Last week we were down like 175, down $200. Dollar cost averaging is something that's easy, but you guys will recall, and I know that you guys like to watch, you guys will recall that just a few days ago, the majority of this was all red and bloodbath. And we kept on dollar cost averaging, more and more and more. You know, now Ocean is up 23% instead of being down. But just to show you guys what that kind of meant. Right? So imagine, when did I buy this actually? Try to give you guys a good honest, so we bought this on the 8th. So I bought it over here, okay? It went up. And then I bought it again on the 14th, which is right here. Again, still higher than where my average is. And then I bought much more on the 22nd, which was right here. And that averaged down, and now we're back up above it. Everything's fine. But you can see how I did not buy this at the opportune time at all. But by dollar cost averaging, my average is lower, so the price eventually moves higher. Things are well. You could even see something like this with Reef token. Bought this one on the 7th. Bought it right here. It went higher. Then I bought it on the 14th. I bought it right there. Again, because I do it every Thursday, right? Bought it right here. And then I bought it again on the 22nd, which is right here. And now again, the average is right over here. We're still doing fine. Things are good. Anything else? Or we can go over here. Costs, okay? This is something that's actually down. So for this one, I bought it on this. Oh, it's all the same days here, but actually I only bought it on the 7th. I haven't doubled down or tripled down into this. So I bought it on the 7th, which is right here, right? You can see that line right there. Bought it right there. It came down a lot. I didn't average down into it, so I never moved the average down. And now it's moved back up a little bit, but still not to that initial buy-in price. So I still am not profitable yet on this trade. So it kind of depends on how you guys do your strategies. Maybe I should have dollar cost average into it. Maybe. You can see Fitch AI right here. This will be the last one that we talk about before I go back over to the chart. I bought this on the 14th and the 22nd. So I bought this right here. Not the best time. And on the 22nd, right here. And it averaged down just enough. Well, now we're up. This is a 2x play. So now we're up 17%. But we were down, obviously, last week. So that's the way I go about it here. But it works, right? It works. And right now Bitcoin's trying to go higher here, which is kind of nice. Although with the halving coming around, the dollar pumping makes sense in a Bitcoin correction. Yeah, I don't want to have a Bitcoin correction. We've already started to come down a little bit. I want to see Bitcoin try to go up a little bit more. If the dollar does start to spike up, I would anticipate it having a very large move around April 10th. And that's because that's when we have the inflation data coming out. That would be the CPI data. Here, let me go over here too. So, does not go back in time far enough. Let me zoom out of this. No, I don't want to print it. That doesn't go far enough in time. No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, but we have the CPI report. This is coming out on April 10th, right here. 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, 5:30 in the morning Pacific time. I will be sleeping. I will not wake up for that report. This is going to be key because if inflation is high, you're going to see Bitcoin drop like a rock most likely here, which will be kind of scary. Hopefully we're dropping from a rock at 85,000, so we're still moving higher, if that makes sense. But still not something that you have to be very aware of. The other one is going to be PPI release date here. And this one is going to be on April 11th, the day after. So those 2 days are going to be very, very, very volatile. And then you add on top of that, we have 25 days left. Add on top of that we have the halving on the 20th. Pretty much those 2 weeks are just going to be complete chaos with the halving, and then you have two huge inflation numbers coming up. It's gonna do a lot for us. It's gonna cause a lot of chaos, which is why I'd prefer if we broke out well before then, and we don't necessarily have to worry about it until April 10th though. Maybe as we get close, maybe on the 7th or 8th or something, maybe there's more volatility. But typically, as long as gas prices are not crazy, inflation might finally be okay. The issue with inflation is not that it's been necessarily going up crazily. It's that it's been a surprise every time it has been. and not like massive surprises, but still surprises. So if we go over here to oil, oil's still going higher. And again, we're looking at March's data. March, it did go up bit by bit over January, right? January, February over here. We're still going higher, which makes me believe that we probably are going to see hotter inflation. But if it's not too much of a surprise, that may be a good sign for the rest of everybody. PPI though and CPI, if they are running hot, it's going to be a little bit more of a concern here. Because again, look at here. The information for inflation came out on the 14th for PPI. That means it came out on the 13th of March for the CPI, right? So 13th and 14th of March. Well, what happened on the 13th and 14th of March with Bitcoin? Let's go over here. That's not what I wanted to see. I want to get rid of the lines, okay? So let's go over here. Let's just add a couple lines onto the screen. And 13th and 14th. Uh-oh, there was 13th. Uh-oh, there was the 14th. Boom, you see what I mean? So that data is going to be kind of important. You'll see that we did drop, but we didn't necessarily crash, which is kind of nice to see, especially since Bitcoin's still in a bull market. But Bitcoin still came down $12,500, 17%. It matters. So that's kind of the concern I think I have personally. And I'd rather have good, because if inflation's good, all of a sudden we don't even have to worry about a dip. We're just going boom, 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 boom. You really want to be inside the market when that happens. For me, I'm just going to continue dollar cost averaging. I don't care what happens with the CPI for this Faraday trades that we're doing. I don't care. I'm going to keep on dollar cost averaging because until we have, what, the 11th come around? Geez, I hate the way these things look when you have them like this. We can get rid of that one right there. So we have the 10th and the 11th, I think it was. 11th, yeah, okay. So until then, we have another buying opportunity there for dollar cost averaging. We have another one right there. Then we have another one the day of over here on top of the second yellow candle bar. So, you know, we're going to be buying through all this potential crap or awesomeness. And I'll still be dollar cost averaging no matter what happens. Because again, as we've seen, as long as you keep doing it, it does work out pretty well. And if you look at any altcoin out there, anything actually right now, we're kind of just still consolidating at the end of the day. We're not really making huge moves. We're just kind of going sideways. And you're waiting for that next big breakout. Let's get rid of all these lines now. There we go. All right. There you go. And that's the best I can hope for right now, though. So a lot of the moves that we have happened right now, momentum is back on our side. That's very, very nice. A little bit more of a surprise than I was thinking of, but still, it's looking pretty good. Hey, Nicholas Roll, George, oh geez. Let's see. Hey, Paul, 346 and only 70 something likes. I don't know why. People don't necessarily like streams anymore. I think it's, like I said before, I think it's because YouTube turned off the downvotes and stuff, so people only think like, oh, he's only allowing the upvotes. But I don't have control over that stuff. I can see when you guys don't like something, but people typically don't push the dislike button anymore. They typically only do the like button every now and again. Here. Do I think Filecoin is going back to 50? Filecoin. Do I even have Filecoin on my list? There it is. 50 is. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Now that we don't have to think about falling back down anymore. I think 50 is pretty likely as far as this is concerned, because 50 isn't even asking for it to get back up to all-time highs. It's just getting back over here to some of these old levels of support basically from way back over here in 2021. You see how we found some support, we bounced back off, ended up breaking down. That breakdown really sealed the feed of file token. I would say it's pretty realistic that we can get back up there. And this right now is $40. If we get back up, $40, more realistic to $40, $50, I guess is right back up here. I would still say there's a good chance, but I think it's gonna be more during the altcoin season itself and not just a generic move like we've been seeing over the past few weeks. It's gonna have to be something a little bit more robust, which that kind of is to every token out there though. It's not like it's as Filecoin's anything special. There we are. Let's see. Oh, no worries, Michael. I always like doing all these streams. They're kind of just relaxing for me. I could smoke a cigar. Typically, this would just be time when I go out to the lounge or something, wasting gas and drinking old fashions. Let me go over here very fast and see if I can do something. Does this work? Yeah, that might have done it right there. All right. Hey, Apology, I appreciate that quite a bit. Alrighty, let's go back over here. Hey, Paula, I could really use a cookie right now. I think I had a couple Oreos earlier today. Those were tasty. I haven't had cookies in freaking ages. Alright, so let's back up a little bit. Let's just take a quick peek at what's going on with the rest of the altcoins here on the maybe the 4-hour chart. That's a big enough sign of what's going on here. So like most of the things we talked about, Ethereum is making a move. Ethereum hasn't pumped up as much as Bitcoin, but honestly, I think that's fine. We have a little bit of resistance right now. We're just trying to hold on to it as a new level of support. And you're going to see Ethereum try to grind on more and more. The interesting thing about Ethereum here is that it dropped down so much more than Bitcoin here on the volatility, where Bitcoin fell down like 17%. Ethereum fell down 25% in value. So if you guys are able to scoop some of that stuff up, I think you're fine. Today, though, we have an opportunity for Ethereum to break back above the 20-day moving average. I am watching to see today primarily if Ethereum can have a really good day trade. If we have a breakout coming here in the 4-hour chart's bullish, the 4-hour chart's bullish. If we have a breakout here over the next few minutes where we start to go higher, I might latch on to that to see if Ethereum can go all the way back up here towards about $3,900 or so. And so I'm hoping here we can have a really big day. It would look kind of abnormal for Ethereum, but basically because we're up against that 20-day moving average, I think you could see a little bit more volatility here, which would make my day a little bit better. Solana still breaking out here, still looking fine. Solana is not necessarily breaking above any moving averages, but it looks like it has an opportunity to go back up here again towards 196. It got rejected from it a few days ago, or maybe yesterday. And then maybe from there, Solana can go back up to all-time highs before Bitcoin possibly, which could be fun to play around with. Things like ADA, I'm watching it, but I'm just dollar cost averaging stuff like this. I'm not day trading it at all. Dogecoin is very close to going to all-time highs again all of a sudden. If you guys were able to dollar cost average this, you're probably pretty happy, but it might have been kind of scary, honestly, to kind of try to buy into Dogecoin, because typically for those people that like to trade Dogecoin, you guys know that it likes to go down for a while after making a large move. It goes down. Move down, goes down, and that's been happening for such a long time that I think that we're gonna have to get used to Dogecoin probably trying to pop back up here. Ape token still pretty undervalued here. Again, 20-day moving average popping up here. Arbitrum, jeez, look how far that thing come down. This might be something to trade here pretty soon. It might need a couple more days, but I might go along an Arbitrum here to see if we can have a larger move that takes us back up here towards $1.91. That'd be a pretty good return on your investment. 10%? I might actually make that trade there. AXS up against the Fibonacci level, still doing okay. BNB doing fine. XRP trying to break out, we'll see. Chiliz is doing fine, already had that breakout there. Already broke it above the level of resistance and now moving higher. Chiliz may actually have a pretty good rest of the day here. Anything else really popping off here? We talked about Fetch AI already. Talked about buying into this one maybe like a half an hour ago now, but it's still moving closer. It probably will get rejected and try to break out, but still, I'm still holding it. And of course, Ocean's making a pretty nice move right now, hence why it's doing okay on my portfolio that we talked about. Oh, for heaven's sakes. My house is rumbling because there's some military helicopter above it. Only bad thing about living near a military institution. There we go. Hey, so I usually look at cryptocurrency, but if a member wants me to talk about something else, I usually just pop it up. It's no big deal. Do I think it's time to get on Doge? I would have been dollar cost averaging Dogecoin a while ago. If you're looking to buy into Dogecoin right now, you're probably looking to hold for a couple weeks to a month if you want to get some good profit out of it. Maybe if a few days if it tries to have a pop today, but I'd probably be holding on to it until it makes a move back up towards like 24 to 25 cents. Around that level, I'd probably just sell and take my nice profit and walk away, then re-enter Dogecoin during whatever next dip that we're experiencing, whether it be on April 10th or whatever. We basically have 2.5 weeks before another potential move, and although Bitcoin is getting more bullish right now, it doesn't mean it's going to stay bullish. That's something that's kind of it's different for this bull market because we haven't even had the halving yet. But you know, it depends on how long you guys want to hold. Most of the time, guys, I have no idea how long you guys want to hold, so I pretty much will give you a kind of a generic answer. The more information you give me about your personal strategy, the better overall I can give you guys an answer. Hey boy, how you doing? Here. Loki wants a snack break. He has to keep on getting tiny treats. Oh. What? There you go. Yeah, huh? He's having a good day though. There you go. Oh, my TV turned off. That's kind of weird. That's fine. Probably done with whatever movie I was watching. And so, oh, I did not see that. Sorry, my man. CDLX. CDLX. So just IPO'd. Let me see what the company actually is, and that'll give me a little bit more information to help you out, though. There you go. So market cap of 893 million, very, very volatile stock. Short float is 10%, so it's possibly going through a squeeze right now. Hasn't had too many upgrades or downgrades in the past. Last one was March, just last week. Before that, back in 2023, that's fine. $10 to 18. That's probably one of the moves that's causing it to go up right now. Yes, and what do they exactly do here? Transform marketing with purchase intelligence through Cardlytics. Cardlytics. Can't pronounce the name properly, but you know what I'm talking about. Some marketing, okay. All right. And banks digital channels. So they got some noticeable clients here. Marriott, that's big. Oh, okay. Yeah. I can see this as a pretty good move here. Now, as far as technicals, you're not going to get the best from me, honestly, because it's so new. But as it continues to climb, you're most likely just going to want to latch onto this because it looks like it just broke out for another all-time high here. Keep a close eye on what happens tomorrow as the market opens up. If we can manage to hold above this, just in the first few minutes, you're most likely going to want to hold on to this and continue holding it. If you haven't bought it so far, of course, the market cap is still low, so you can still buy. There appears to still be a short squeeze going on. So you could try to play around with this a little bit more. Since it's kind of new, I don't know if the options have been authorized yet. Yeah, you can options trade it right now. I think options just opened up for Reddit today, though. It still looks good. Momentum is still off the charts, though, on the daily chart. I mean, you can just see the MACD and the RSI just going into like overbought territory by far. So So I'd watch to see what happens maybe the first half an hour of the day on a 5-minute chart. If it manages to hold, then I could say you looking at a good opportunity to try to buy and wait for it to go higher here. But it's really going to be crucial to see what happens in the next few minutes. If you're already holding, you're just basically moving your stop losses up, but it's moved up so much at this point that it should have at least maybe 1 to 2 more days here of good growth before perhaps it takes a little bit of a time to consolidate and come back down. But if it has good news, you know, that's a good fundamental news. That's much different than, what would you say, than just, you know, a little bit of a pop off of a short squeeze. And any financial comments? My Olivia cigars came in today. Right now, not bad at all. I can get used to cigars. Much love. Hey, I appreciate it, man, dude. They're great. And what I like about them is, like I said before, they're great for beginners and experts alike. Everybody loves Olivia's. The only people I know that don't smoke Olivia's are those people that smoke, like, you know, $30 cigars only and above, which is like crazy to me because you know how much money that is. Let me unwrap this, wherever it is. There we go. There we go. This is getting kind of hot. But yeah, that's the only time people don't smoke Olivia's. I love Olivia's. They always have a solid structure. The only thing is just make sure your humidor is set to something around 65 to 70. That way they don't dry out and they don't get too humid. If you notice that when you're smoking them, they just take a little bit too, like you gotta suck in a little bit too hard. It just means they might be a little bit too wet, and let them dry out a little bit in a 65 or 68, 70 percent level humidity. It'll do the trick for you. Normally when I get a box though, I let it set for a whole month before I touch it. But that's me really nerding out about cigars. And I tell you about Fetch at 56 cents. Ooh, nice. That's really, really nice. And it's is Loki's paw better? It's getting there. It's getting there. He's sleeping on my foot right now. It's getting there though. It's not red anymore, so you can't see the open like flesh in it basically. But he's still not allowed to run and stuff. Basically, like he jumps on the bed, he jumps off the bed, he keeps on running around a little bit inside the house, but he's not running outside, which is good, I guess. Basically, every time he has to use the bathroom, I pretty much conscripted my sister to take him out on a leash, and she'll take him out to the back to go pee and poop and stuff like that. And he's doing better. He's not limping anymore, which is nice with his nice touch here, which is thank God. Been in a call for a while at 1750, but expires soon. Probably will sell the call options. I'd most likely sell them Monday or Tuesday. I don't know how many you have. I might leave one to have fun with, just one. You know, whatever, the 100 contracts, whatever it's worth. But besides that, yeah, take the rest out and make sure you lock in those profits. I know Arrow's been moving up pretty well. I think it'll probably continue to do so. Just be careful because when it does drop, it'll drop hard. What's right there? Every big meme is on the base and it has to go through Aerodome. Dropping 5K more on Aerodome on this bull flag. Seems like people are pretty happy with it so far, especially Arrow. Down 3% on Doge, bought back at the wrong time. We're down about $300 holding though. Again, if you hold on just for what, it depends if you have leverage and there's other things here, but as long as you hold on to it, it should continue to move higher and higher and higher. The last few days it's been going very, very well. Again, go over here to coinmarketcap.com. You know, it's up 23% in the last 7 days, up 30% in the last 7 days. Now, I know you might have bought the wrong time, but at least you know the momentum is currently, like you probably were down a lot more than $300, right? And that's the way I would think about it here. Let's see. I mean, what's up the most in the last 24 hours here now that it's kind of updated? Internet computers up 15%, AR is up 14, IOTA is up 10, Fetch AI is up 10, Ajax is up 10, Near Protocol is up 9, Algorand's up 8.5. So we're looking at some pretty good moves here. Anything really losing money right now? AIOZ and a whiff. Sure, they're down, but they had pretty good 7-day rally, so they're probably just breathing after a large move that happened a couple days ago. Because last 7 days, AIOZ is still up 26% and Dog Whiff Hat is still up 16%. Still looking fine. I'm hoping my Miro gets better. I bought Miro a couple weeks ago and I've been kind of doubling down into it, or dollar cost averaging, you might say. I mean, look at this. This thing is just, it got hit pretty hard with that Bitcoin coming down. Look at that. I bought over here. I had to average down over here. My average is right here. I'm still not making money with this this play. I'm hoping it continues to move higher here. But the good thing about Miro, as I recall, it still has a very low market cap here. So what are we at? Yeah, we're only at a $236 million market cap, so maybe I'll buy some more. But what I'm hoping to do here is I'm waiting for a message back from a potential exchange. I told you guys Bitmart may sponsor my channel, but I don't know. Let's see. I haven't heard back from the guy yet. Here. So I'm waiting to hear from him, and the other person I'm waiting to hear from again is Blowfin. That one is, let's see how I can message him. He hasn't seen my message yet, which is fine. I got an offer to try something out here, which would be pretty nice. I'll look into that a little bit later. There we go. All right, sorry about that. But I'm hoping Mirror makes a little bit of a larger move here pretty soon. Again, I'm anticipating Bitcoin trying to pop off today, then die back down, then go a little bit higher. I'm looking for that dip and rip. I'm hoping we have the dip and not just the rip. There we go. And hey Rob, Opus Clip is a very useful tool. It was cool to see you partner with them. Oh, I absolutely love them. They're great, great partners to work with. Hey Rob, how much do I have invested in crypto total? Probably close to around $300,000, maybe $400,000. It's mostly because I own Bitcoin. I own like multiple Bitcoins, and that's where really the majority of the value is. If you strip away the Bitcoin, it goes down drastically to maybe like $50,000 or something, like way, way down. Bitcoin is a massive chunk of my portfolio because I was able to buy it at such low prices. Ethereum is also a pretty big chunk of that. Most of these altcoins and stuff that we talk about, or AI tokens, just a sliver of the overall portfolio because, you know, the AI tokens really came online just what, a few months ago, a year ago maybe. Bitcoin's been around for a while, so I've had a lot longer opportunity to buy into it. And I've had a lot longer chance to kind of dollar cost average into those positions. And the fact that Bitcoin is above 70K is unreal. But remember, you know, people were panicking when Bitcoin was at $62,000 or $60,000. It is what it is. Thinking about selling some extra Bitcoin, maybe 0.4, and thinking I can get more profits without money on maybe more Doge or Shiba rather than just sitting in Bitcoin. Yeah, most likely you will be able to, as long as you're not selling off all of your Bitcoin. I would always have something in there. But, you know, I would diversify it, not just to meme tokens. I might split it up like I've been doing into AI tokens and stuff like that. If you really want to diversify an extra small portion, like an extra 5% of it or something like that, you can maybe go into the metaverse if you wanted to. But for me, AI tokens and meme tokens really have been the big boomers here so far this cycle. And I would anticipate they continue to be the larger movers here pretty soon. Man, this thing is almost done. Good enough. Whew. You went heavy into JST? Oh, that could be kind of nice too. What's crazy is all the fun last week when the grand scale, we are so far ahead of the schedule. We went from a super cycle to Bitcoin going to zero back to super cycle in 10 days. See, I don't understand why people talked about it in such a way. Like, remember we were talking about, what's that guy's name? Or let me go over here very fast. It makes it easier to search because it doesn't go through my personal history. It goes through like a fresh thing. Yeah, remember Tame the Ark right here? I don't know if he has. Oh, I don't think he's live right now though. Oh, he is. Yeah. We had people, at least on the thumbnails. I heard that he didn't really give out the $40,000 level of support. Well, here. Tame the Ark on his thumbnail said Bitcoin was going to hit $40,000. We went from kind of that to all of a sudden everybody's back and happy again. And it's not bad that he did that call because from what I understand, even though the thumbnail of his video said 40,000, that might have just been a form of clickbait that all YouTubers do. And I think he was probably calling for something not as low, which is kind of nice. And he says Bitcoin hit 8,900. It really didn't hit 8,900 unless you on one exchange that had a very weird moment where one guy decided to sell for like 800 Bitcoin all at once. Crazy move there. But I don't think besides that, we're really looking at much, looking at going to $40,000, right? So we really did have a full on one, but heck, I was even prepared for Bitcoin to go back down to $52,000, $58,000. And if the dollar index would have broke out, Friday, I think there was a good chance we would have broken down below that $60,000 or $62,000, $60,000 support level. That's my plan. Falling, move back from Bitcoin to alts for alt season, then for alts back into Bitcoin for the bear market to increase the Bitcoin position. I love to buy Bitcoin underneath the 100 weekly moving average. Some people do 150 or whatever, but it's still fine. It ain't my name is Jeff. Oh no, it's Jeff. VAI. Isn't that? Yeah, I've been looking to get into this token, but I don't think I have an opportunity to right now. Yeah, I don't have access to any of these exchanges. I've been looking to buy into this for myself, so you're lucky you're able to buy into it. Maybe not inside the USA, or maybe you have a VPN or something like that, but I've been trying to buy into this so bad. This is a lower market cap AI token, basically, guys. So, AI token, AI driven services powered by the first VFAA regulated digital asset. AI developed in cooperation with IBM. They're smart about putting that IBM in there because I want to buy it. But heck, I might get a VPN just to buy it, or I may use my VPN just to buy it. Because I want to be able to buy it sooner rather than later. Anyway, let's go over here. Let's go over to KuCoin. Or MEXC, is that better? MEXC looks a little bit better. Alright. You can see it's still gradually moving up. It's trying to catch up with some of the larger dogs here on the AI coin market. This kind of reminds me of PHA, which I've been holding. So if I open this up right here, just a little bit of split screen. All right, still gradually moving up over the last few weeks. I like what I'm seeing here quite a bit. Now, as far as that next level, since we kind of potentially have a bottom here, we'll wait and see. You're looking at that next level of resistance. Ooh, and it did get rejected right there around the 37, 38 level. You're looking at that next level of resistance being the all-time highs for this token, and afterwards, really it goes back up to 56 cents, excuse me, 66 cents, 85, and all the way up here at $1.15. For me, if I was holding this right now, which I'm not, I wouldn't really think about selling this anytime soon. I would really be looking to hold on to this for the cycle, because I do think it is going to have a pretty big pop. I just don't have access to buy it right now, which just sucks. Maybe if I swap for it or something, I'm not entirely sure. But this thing to me feels like it has momentum to go higher, and it's, it has everything, like everything you need. The website's all beautifully done, everything looks good. And if you go over here to the socials and whatnot, all right, 44,000 followers. They're still doing stuff. They're still posting quite a bit. They're talking about their different, their projects and whatnot. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm hoping I can buy this. I think it'll go high over the next couple weeks or so, that's for sure. But I'm really hoping I can have something of a seismic move here pretty soon, where it does have a pretty big move like we saw from over here. That went up like 370%. It can go out like another 300% in the next few weeks for sure. So I'm hoping I can get into it. I want to buy it with leverage though, which I don't think I'll be able to, because it's just not on any of the exchanges that I personally have access to at this point in time. And I try to stay on the right side of the government as much as possible. Another reason I want to move to Panama, but it still looks great. Hey Paul, it's all real, but they call for the super cycle every bull run, then the retail guys get stuck holding the bag at the top. Remember, don't forget you guys can always scale up. That's the easiest way to go about it. That's why I always bring up Dogecoin, because if you guys were around back in 2021 with us, Dogecoin was how my channel became big. And I was happy to sell my Dogecoin at 50 cents. I got a lot of flack and a lot of people made fun of me at starting to sell Dogecoin at 50 cents. But you know what? In hindsight now, it looks like it was a great call. Even if it went up to $1, I was still happy to sell off my Dogecoin at 50 cents because I sold off 50% at 50, 50% of my Dogecoin at 50 cents, another 10% of what was left at 60, another 10% of what was left at 70, and I was going to go 80, 90, then leave a little bit on and see what happens at $1. Well, guess what? SNL freaking got Jesus. It was traumatic times. And I still managed to sell my Dogecoin while I was high as a kite. That's back when I was younger. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 years, 4 years, 3 years ago, 3 years ago. Jesus. Hey Trunks, thanks very much for the super chat. Thoughts on base baboon? I don't know. It feels like it's looking a little sus. Can you give me the ticker for it? I don't know exactly what it is. I can try to look for it here very fast while you listen to my message. I know there's a little bit of a lag. But not baboon. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I can find it. Let me see over here. Let's see. Yeah, let me know the ticker for it so I can actually find it, because I'm not seeing it here unless it's one of these things up against Sol or Solana. Or maybe I should type in the full base baboon. No, I don't see it yet. Let me know and I can try to find it for you very fast. Trucks, I'm looking. New on base L2. Let me know the ticker for it and I'll look it up for you though. Just let me know the ticker and I can find it. Or if you have a website, I can find it too. I mean, let me see. There you go. It's on CoinGecko here. Well, it's up 143% today. The market cap is non-existent at this point. It doesn't even know what it is. So it must be a very, very small market cap, but at least I can find the website here. Base baboon on base. Unknown tokens. Oh, it's not even... I understand. So it's giving me a flat out warning before I even buy it. That's the best sign out of that. Has a pretty snazzy website. It's very modern and sleek, that's for sure. Does it have social media attached to it? There you go. X. Oh, hold on. I forgot I'm not actually on. $12,000 followers. Posted 8 minutes ago. Why would Doge bark to the moon when baboons are already throwing a Luna party? It does look a little sus at this point in time. Stop feeding the boon and join the boon army on base chain today. This feels like they bought likes and comments, right? Let me see. So these are all bots, I would assume. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of bots going on with this. Not the best sign for a crypto. So I would say be careful of it getting rugged. Probably not something I would invest in as much as it's going higher. A few red flags there is enough for me to say, fine, I can buy into something else and make money. I don't have to go into something that I don't feel comfortable with. But I can understand why you feel like it's sus. It does give off some of those sus signals. The website is what really pulled it together, which makes it look nice. But it even gave you a warning before you bought it, right? So a little bit iffy. It also gave you a warning saying you might not be able to sell it, which is like, oh, well, what's the point of buying if you can't sell it? And hey, Jermaine, happy to see you, my man. If you 4x all-time high in Ethereum, looking at 20K this cycle, I would love that because I have a 4x leverage play. I'm dollar cost averaging right now, and I don't want to sell it for a while. Even with the fees, I don't want to sell it anytime soon. And hey, Kelly, how often do you go live? I would like to come back and check on it again. I try to go live between 6 and 7 o'clock every day for a couple hours at least. And then what I'm going to be doing now more often is I try to do 2 streams a day minimum. If I'm lucky, I'll do 3. The third one will be more in the middle of the day. The next stream I'm doing is not going to be until midnight my time, which is going to be in about how many hours? 9, 10, 3 more hours after I finish this stream up, this stream is going to end in about 25 minutes or so. Hey Shan, what happened to Loki? Oh, he cut his paw a couple days ago, and he's on the heel off of that. He basically won't stop running around, so I have to like try to keep him calm and relaxed and stuff. He was limping a few days ago, but his limp is pretty much over. I've been trying to put tape and stuff on his wound, and it worked out for like a day. But he learned that he could bite it off and rip it off, so he's like, he pretty much just sneaks off into a corner, then takes it off, and I'm like, dude. But his wound is healing. It's no longer open, if you will, and he heard me talking about him. I was about to put that in my mouth while I flipped it over. But he's doing a lot better. Come here, Loki. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a treat. See that? That's a jerky. Isn't it good? Wow, looks good, doesn't it? That's chicken. Wow, look at that. I know, right? Can you look at me? My eyes are over here. Oops. All right, good boy. Yep. Oh, you're drilling on my jacket. That's probably my fault. There you go. But yeah, he's doing good. Enjoying his treats. I got a couple more of these over here, but he's only allowed to have a few of them a day. But I feel bad because he's not allowed to, like, normally I spend a couple hours every day with him outside. I can't do that with him because anytime he walks, I'm afraid he's going to open it up. I'm afraid he's going to try to dig somewhere. So even when he goes outside, he has to be on a leash at all times, which kind of sucks. I was able to take him to my haircut appointment on Sunday, which was kind of nice. But even that, I was like, dude, please don't run around too much. Don't do anything crazy. And he was pretty calm throughout the whole day, which is nice. But hey, Kaylee, I go live daily, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, but tomorrow though, I don't think my schedule is going to be messed up too much. I'm going to be doing a stream. I'm not going to do any streams during the middle of the day. I'm going to be doing maybe an 8 o'clock or a 9 o'clock in the morning stream, which will just be about a half an hour to an hour. Then I'm going off with my grandparents and sister off to downtown Seattle for a day out of the city. So you guys won't see me there. I'm going to treat them to dinner, I believe, as well, or maybe lunch. I'm not entirely sure. But when I get back, as soon as I get back, I'll take a half an hour to decompress from the day and like say hi to Loki, take him out to bathroom and stuff like that, and then I'll go live afterwards. We're almost done with the cigar. It's burning my fingers. Adrian, yeah, I love this. I pay for a lot of stuff to keep this stream up going. I don't talk about it too much because YouTube makes more than enough money for me to kind of do it right. But I enjoy it. One of the things that, well, heck yeah. How do you guys think I do the upkeep for the 24-hour streams? Each of those costs money for the upkeep of the stream, and each one of those has its own paid for trading view charts. Because if I use two different charting softwares, or if I use the same account in two different places, it'll give you guys an IP address in one. So sometimes I accidentally log into the wrong account, and it just messes up everything for like a cool hour before I figure out which one is messing up. Hey, so I love all the scam coins that come out in the bull market. It hasn't been terribly bad yet. No, not at all. I mean, just wait. The bots are going to be in here like crazy. We've already had a few bot attacks over the last few days, but they're going to get worse and worse and worse. And I'll be looking for more and more mods. If you guys want to be a mod, let me know. All you guys have to do is be in here for a while. The rule I have, though, is I really don't like banning people all too much, no matter what they say. I typically don't care too much what people say in the 24-hour streams, as long as it's not hate speech, because YouTube will get mad at me if it's hate speech. And then, yeah, I usually don't care too much. Me and Chaz over from the Bitcoin Live stream, I know you guys know his stream. Okay, that cigar is gone. That was such a great cigar. I wish I could smoke more of it. I just like it to be, you know, there's not really many reasons why I feel like people need to be banned, unless it's a bot, right? But even if they start messaging the same thing a while, I try to time them. I don't even try to ban them, although sometimes banning is okay. If I become a member, any more crypto streams, my wife is going to kill me. No worries, Paul. You just got to assure her that you're making money, then it doesn't matter. My Gazolo cap coin that you see gearing up potential surge, VAI, it's that one we just talked about a few minutes ago. I really want to see that one go higher. Another one is PHA, but that one's already kind of gone up a lot over the past few weeks, so maybe not that one. I'll go over to AI tokens. How much has it gone up over the last month? Yeah, it's up 140% or up 150% last month. Numeric could possibly have another big move here. It's at $239 million market cap. Do I have any Numer? I bought it for the last cycle, but I don't think I bought it here. No, I didn't. Let me buy some of that right now. Oh, it's not on this one. Oh, it's probably on BYD Fi. That's why I don't have it on this one. But yeah, that's something. Numer is something I'd be buying. Or that's something I am planning to buy more of. Make sure to stay safe from the downtown Seattle tweakers. Oh, what do you call it? No, I never have to deal with them. We're staying in the very touristy parts where I don't really deal with them all too much. Typically, the tweakers come out to the semi-touristy areas, like by the hotels and whatnot. Remember, one of my favorite places to go in downtown Seattle is called the Fog Room. And I enjoy it because it has a rooftop view. And you can also see the water from it as well, right? Water views. I like to sit right here and look at the water while I'm eating a snack or something, having a couple drinks. Really good drinks, pricey drinks, but good. And then when you come back to the ground floor, the street floor, a street level, oh, dude, oh, people overdose all the time. It's fucking chaotic. But you know, it's a nice place. Got a nice bar. I don't think I've ever been there in the middle of the day though. Feels kind of awkward for me to be there in the daytime. Seems like it's a pretty cool place in the daytime though. But yeah, once you get back to the bottom level, oh god, it's you're reminded that, you know, you're downtown Seattle. But it's a great place. I'd recommend it to anybody who likes to have a good rooftop bar. Seattle does not have enough rooftop bars, and when I find one, I typically try to go there quite a bit. It's really nice, the code. I like it a lot. What part of Panama am I going to? Oh, I'm just going to downtown Panama. From what I understand, so I've been there a few times, but I've been there as a tourist and never as a person looking for an apartment, if that makes sense. So from what I understand so far, like here's the downtown area. There's Punta Pacifica. This is a nice area from what I understand. Same with over here is a nice area. I don't think I necessarily want a condo like that's high up. I think I'd settle for something like they have these like smaller buildings over here. I'm gonna see if I can find an apartment or something over here. If not, I may pay a little bit more. And there's this golf club over here somewhere. There you go. Santa Maria Golf and Country Club. I may try to get a small apartment over here. And they're not too large from what I saw on the pictures and stuff. So, or not too tall, I should say that. It's not letting me drop it. Drop. Refresh the page. Let's see if we can fix this here. There you go, right? So they're not incredibly tall. And so you can go in here and I have some security and whatnot because technically, as I forget sometimes, I'm a crypto influencer, right? And so I can go in here to this whatever Santa Maria place. I don't know what the actual road is to the inside of it. Oh, it's keep going down this road. There you go. Go through the gates, do some golfing in my free time, go take Loki on some walks. And then we can also take a ride over here with Uber and we can go walking on the main avenue down here, which would be kind of nice. This avenue, I've walked down it a couple times. Maybe while I've done a lot of scootering down it. It's a really nice, it goes all the way down there and it goes all the way over there. Absolutely beautiful. And so I'm thinking of somewhere around downtown Panama is really gonna be my goal here. You know, I've heard about this area, which seems to be pretty nice. What is that right here, over here? This is like the old town. But all of the apartments I've seen over here are pretty darn small because they're kind of colonial. And I feel like they were larger units, but they kind of got cut up. So we're only seeing like a quarter of them for each room, you know? But what I liked about this area before I found out the rooms are so small is that there's a lot of rooftop nice restaurants over here. And I think that'd be nice. But the bad side is it's a kind of touristy area. I don't know if I necessarily want to be by a whole bunch of tourists, right? But as they remodel all of these buildings, like this building used to look like this building, as they remodel everything, I think the area is like really, really nice and I kind of like it, right? Remodeling, they need to remodel a lot more. But the places are beautiful. Like when I visit Panama this December, I haven't scheduled a flight just yet, but I'm gonna stay at this hotel, right? I think it's right here. Is it right there? Villa. This one? No. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, I don't know what the hotel is called, but it's a nice one. It has like an S in the name of it or something like that. Is it this one? It could be this one. The name feels different than what I'm used to. I think it is this one right here. So I'll be staying at a pretty nice hotel, which will be nice because I can stay over here. I can check out areas. And then when I want to, I can basically take an Uber from out of here and then go explore downtown, check out Barrio, El Cangrejo, San Francisco over here, and then find out the best unit for myself because there are houses down here, right? But I don't want to live in a house like this. I want to live in somewhere a little bit more upscale because I need to have access to that high-speed Wi-Fi for streaming and stuff like that. And of course, what I might end up doing is if I do move over here, it's not a gated area, but still kind of like decent house sizes and whatnot, right? Oh, it's blocking everything. Decent house sizes. Too much for me, which is why I want something small like an apartment. But they have offices over here. So if I do need to expand and have an office that's somewhere close by, I can go over here for a couple hours a day, leave Loki with the housekeeper, and then kind of, you know, do my stuff. whatever I need to do with YouTube and whatnot, but I'll be streaming from the house. This is if I really need to do like more work, like a year or something from now, or a year after I move. So pretty excited about it. I'm not saying blow your bags on it, huh? Just, oh, that's not for me. Okay. I don't want to be outside the US to live. What do you call? I think it all just depends on the type of life you want. Like, I like the United States a lot. I have enough money to have a pretty decent life out here. Like, you know, I can go out and drink whenever I want to. But I find myself, like, just wanting something different, you know? Just wanting something new. I want to be able to have a really, really good quality of life. So by living in a nice apartment over here, like just as an example, all right, let's go to size. Let's go to $2,000 max. Right, like this one, $1,900, $2,000. Well, let's go over here. Get a 3,000 pretty much square foot apartment. That's 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths for $1,900. Oh my god, and it's furnished, right? Get this, and then also be able to afford a live-in maid to clean up all my messes and keep everything nice and clean. You guys have no idea how much hair Loki has. I have 2 robot vacuums to clean up his hair, and even that doesn't hold up to most of it. But you know, having something like this, it goes a long way for me. I like the city lifestyle, but like I said before, I prefer to live kind of on the outskirts of the city, not necessarily in the downtown condo areas. But there's so many beautiful areas. I absolutely just love the space. Plus, the culture is amazing. And hey, Rob, Panama, yeah, that's it right there. See. Only necessarily, yeah. Well, remember, the dollar goes a lot further in other countries than it does here. And what I like about Panama also is Panama is pretty much like a protectorate of the United States. So we kind of manage a lot of stuff there. It's its own individual country, but, you know, we control a lot of stuff that goes on there. And so I do like the country a lot. Plus, nice weather, relaxing. It's not going to be, well, heck, Panama's safer than Seattle in certain aspects, so... but it kind of all just depends, right? I'm not going to live in the outskirts areas of Panama, like, you know, I got 45 minutes outside the town. If I were to do that, I'd have to live in some type of gated community, which would be fine. But again, high-speed internet is everything, because it's cheaper for me to fly to Panama from Seattle than it is for me to fly from Seattle to Philadelphia, which is crazy. Not terrible difference, but still. See. And hey, Cal, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, my man. I got 2 back I gotta go through lit rolls like crazy. Oh yeah, yep. I totally feel that with the dogs. I don't know. I've been moving a lot of my clothes into this kind of like a material like this, so the hair just kind of falls off. But I have 2 lint rollers I just bought the other day from the clothing store, just because I know it's gonna be a hassle. Heck. I just went clothes shopping a couple weeks ago for Vegas, so I have a little bit more nicer outfits because I just like to go shopping before I go to Vegas. And I just told my grandmother to keep all the clothes at her place so I can, so I don't have to worry about anything getting hair on them. Like Loki's the only place he's not allowed in my house. Like he's allowed in the bed, everything. He's not allowed in the closet. Only place not allowed in the closet. What did I say about XRP seeing some good moves? I'm hoping that XRP has a really big move in the month of April. If you're like, I was hoping that XRP would continue the momentum that we saw a couple weeks ago, but Bitcoin kind of killed it and it just didn't have a good pump here. I might do something stupid and buy into XRP later on this week and see where it goes. But it's going to be something where I don't have a stop loss. I'm not using leverage, maybe above 2x leverage. And I'm just going to wait. In fact, actually, you know, let's do that now. This will be a separate trade that we're doing, not in the long-term portfolio. But let's just put, well, not at 50x leverage. Holy shit, that'd be a little bit wild. 2x leverage there. We don't want to buy by XRP. Let's go to margin cost. $50, 2x long. We'll do that right here. I'm going to buy, well, a lot larger position here soon. And I'll see where that goes. But there we go. We'll see what happens. I'll sell this maybe about sometime in April. I'm not gonna sell it anytime soon. There you go. Little timeout. And hey, I love Panama. I love Panama. It's so beautiful down there. I like the rooftop vibes. Like, Panama has so many rooftop bars. It's absolutely insane. And I guess I wouldn't necessarily be working any less compared to where I am now, but the money just goes so much farther. It's insane. And so I like that a lot. And on top of that, again, one of the big reasons is I do want to grow my YouTube channel. I want to have it be more of a studio atmosphere and everything eventually. So I'm going to have to hire staff and so forth. So as time goes on, I do want to be able to hire people. I want to be able to afford to hire people. Okay, technically I can hire people in the United States, but the cost is so high, I'd be burning through money. Where if I'm in Panama, I'm burning through money, but I'm not like burning through money, if that makes sense. I'd pay these guys like 15 to 20 bucks an hour. And that's less than what I pay my cleaning lady for here, right? So it'd be a lot different. In a month and a half, we're going to be coming up on the anniversary of the Terra Luna crash. Oh my God, that was catastrophic. And I can say that was catastrophic. And then, Michael, is Dogecoin following Bitcoin at all? A little bit. Like, if Bitcoin goes down, Dogecoin will go down. But if Bitcoin goes sideways and up, I would expect Dogecoin to also just go up in both of those scenarios there. So I see more upside with Dogecoin right now than downside over the next few weeks. Can you explain what selling with leverage is a bit? Oh, basically all leverage is you buy a position with a 2x leverage or a 5x or a 10x or whatever. But basically, for every 1% Bitcoin or any asset goes up, the asset that you're holding with the 2x leverage is going to go up twice the amount. So if Bitcoin went up to 10x, right, and I had a 2x leverage, my position would be double that, so I'd be making 20x. If it went up 1%, I'd make 2%. If it went up 5%, I'd make 10% back, right? If it went down 5%, I would lose 10%. If it went down 1%, I would lose 2%. So, you know, I'm taking a little bit less money and I can trade with more, so I can increase my profits without having a large portfolio. Now, for me, I like 2x because I can still put a lot of money behind it and still it won't kill myself with liquidations and things like that. The downside is, of course, there are fees associated with it. So that you have to pay for the right to do that. The fees to me are perfectly fine. They're not bad. They're not terrible. I come from old school trading. I was trading stocks back when you had to pay commissions. Like, I think it was like back in the day, it was like $6.95 or something I was paying, which was, you know, think about it. Nowadays it's a lot, but back in the day it was like normal. But you pay fees on it. That's the thing that you got to worry about. It's not technically bad at all like that, but I usually caution new investors from going straight into leverage unless they know what they're doing, because what typically happens is they try to go very high with the leverage. So they go up 50% leverage, which means that if Bitcoin goes up 1%, you make 50% profit. But if Bitcoin goes down 1%, you lose everything. You don't want to lose everything on like in a few minutes time, right? When we're talking about some of those volatile plays, like what's been volatile the last few minutes, I think we were just talking about ICP, right? So let's say you opened up a short, you saw a little bit of resistance for whatever reason, you opened up a short. If you shorted it right over here, it went down 3% or 4%. If you had a 50x short, you could have made 200%. But if you thought it might come back down even more over here and you didn't know any better, if it went up all the way over here, it went up 9% over here, 10%. That's 10% was the number I'm looking for. That means you would have lost 10 times 50x or whatever it would have been. And you know, it's like down 500%. Your whole account might have gotten liquidated, which means you lose everything in your portfolio. So you really got to be careful when you hop into leverage trades. If you want to hop into it and try it out or just do paper trading, I have a couple links down below for BYDeFi and Fairdesk. They're both great exchanges, but I would just really caution low leverage. As you get better with your trading, then you can actually have a much larger, you can move those leverages up a little bit. But in reality, you just want to be so careful because it's so risky if you don't know what you're doing. And most people, they don't know what they're doing, right? So it matters. Like, let's say you bought Bitcoin right here. People were asking me, should you buy over here? Should you buy over here? I was like, no, we're probably going to take a dip pretty soon. But let's say you bought anyway with the 50x leverage. That means you pretty much lost like that 200% right there. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, fuck, my position closed. I lost all the money on that trade. And it's not a good experience for anybody. So far still looking okay here. We need Musk to put something on X. Yeah, he'll do it eventually, I think. I think Elon understands the way the crypto markets goes. I'm hoping that after the halving, he's talking more and more about different coins out there, specifically Dogecoin. After losing almost all my savings last week today with $400, I got them back, almost 20K, no joke, because I studied for an entire week and watched all of your videos. Hey, Raul, I appreciate that a lot. Hopefully you're able to, well, it sounds like you were able to make some good money. Keep doing what you're doing, but learn from those mistakes as well. The whole goal of my videos is that you guys make $500, lose $100, make $500. So you're going to lose trades. You're not going to be perfect. I wish we could be perfect. But again, win some, you lose some, but you're making way more money than you lose. That way, overall, your portfolio just goes up and up and up and up. And that's the best way to go about it. So I'm happy some of my videos were able to help you out there. Hey, Kev, I haven't looked at too much about Curve DAO, but yeah, I just haven't heard too much about it. Most people doing leverage have bad risk management. Oh, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? What are my thoughts on meme coins? Oh, I'm just dollar cost averaging them right now, buying more and more for later on this year. The meme coins that I'm dollar cost averaging to, I'm not selling them for months. Like, as far as this portfolio we've been putting together on Fairdesk for those like $500 a week, $500 a week involved in that, I've been thinking about when to sell it, and it's most likely not going to be at least until June or July, something around that time frame. If Bitcoin is going parabolic or something, sure, I'll sell during that thing, but I'm not aiming to necessarily sell them at all-time highs, like the very peak of where it goes, unless something crazy happens and we just happen to do it at the same time, which I hope it doesn't happen like that. I'd hope that the highs continue to go on for the rest of the summer, at least maybe even to November and whatnot. Losing the life savings for crypto, yeah, that's kind of wild. And hey, Earth Raider, it's my third bull market. Got wrecked the first one, held too long on. My biggest takeaways: patience, look at the MCAP, not the price. Uber drivers talk a lot about crypto, equal sell short. Yeah, that's true. What kind of while Bitcoin is kind of going sideways, here we are starting to see alts slowly come up, and that's all we really want to see, because altcoins have come down so much more than Bitcoin over the past few days. Do you have any courses or anything? I'm a total noob and I have a good amount to invest. Just nervous. I'm holding 3.3 Bitcoin 6.6K. No, I don't have any courses. I'm thinking of building one up here. I need to start recording some of those things and I'll start putting them out. I was going to have a course, and the course would have been about $500 or so, because it's going to be like a 70-hour thing. But I think what I'm going to do is probably put out the first video this week, and I'm just going to have it be a playlist on YouTube, and you guys can just watch it. All I would ask, I guess, is watch the entire video, I guess. I don't know. I feel like when I put out courses before, people don't watch the entire video, so nobody actually learns everything they're supposed to, so they kind of skip around. Because, to be frank, my videos are not entertaining in the slightest. They're very dry and boring because it's a class. I'm teaching something that's very boring in and of itself. Remember, trading itself is a pretty boring thing to do. The money is what makes it exciting. But the more you're excited about it, the more it probably feels like you're gambling and not investing. On an average day, I'm not like smelling like, oh yeah, look at this money flowing. I'm never like that. I'm just like, okay, things looking okay. I'm like, or okay. It's usually okay or there's not really many other feelings I have in the market. When I'm live with you guys, I obviously get more excited because I want to make the stream more exciting and stuff like that. But typically, I'm never too crazy about stuff in the way the market's going. I can be confused, I can be irritated, I guess you could say, but that's more about news events and not so much about the actual price action of the charts. Like you guys saw me like crazy with Jerome Powell last week. I was just like, what the fuck is this guy doing? But again, we'll have to wait and see. And then Michael, should I still dollar cost average for it? I can stand your videos. Actually, I appreciate that. You probably the only few. Even my best video out there right now, which is, let's see, analytics over here. Yeah, the smart money concepts in 30 minutes. Even that video, which has 244,000 likes or views. Okay, Loki, here you go. Here you go. He's grunting over here. No more for a while. Even that video, right? It's 30-minute long video. The average person watches it for 6 minutes, right? 6 minutes. And I know they're not learning everything they're supposed to learn. I know they're not going to be making a lot of money off of it, but I just put it out there for people to watch. And if they want to watch it, they watch it. So I'll probably start that course up here next week. It's going to take a while. It'll take months for me to put all that information out. But I've been working on it for like the past, year and a half. Only thing I really have to do is record myself talking about it, which shouldn't be terrible. That'll probably end up taking a lot of time out of my day, but I've been meaning to do it for a while now. Bitcoin's having a nice little push here, which is kind of nice to see. And hey, Dusty, the 3 lines on the chart, those are basically a 20-day moving average, a 50-day moving average, and a 200. If you go to YouTube and you just type in how to add moving averages onto TradingView, you will see my face with my hand just like this, and the video will break down everything you need to know. It's like a minute long. It's not too long at all. Hey, Michael, my pup says, what's up? Yeah, he's pretty hype right now. He's getting kind of spoiled with these treats, though, that's for sure. Over 300 million in liquidations on Bitcoin shorts. I believe it after the move we saw here, especially after the breakout. But like, why would you hold through that breakout? That's what I want to figure out. Can you up your margin on a trade after I open it? You can, but it does cost a little bit of fees involved. So just understand that it's not going to be the same thing. Like, it's not going to be as simple as like flip the switch type of thing. It'll take it out of the margin of the trade, so it's a little more complicated. But yeah, you can technically do it, yes. And there you go. Paul is breaking down dollar cost averaging. There we go. But okay, buddy, I'm going to end the stream right now. I'll be live in another 3 hours here to kind of break down what's going on. But basically, all I see Bitcoin doing right now is trying to go higher for higher than a dip and then a rip going on for the next few days. That's kind of what I'm anticipating. At this point, I have positions open. I am long. I am not on the sidelines anymore. I have now officially started to buy in for a swing trade, which will last for maybe about 2 to 3 weeks, most likely 2 weeks. Or anticipate Bitcoin going much higher. At this point in time, I don't care if Bitcoin comes back down to 68,620. I don't care if we even come back all the way over here to 66,500, something like that. I don't care. I'm holding and I'm waiting for that larger move. I don't think we're going to be breaking back down here unless something kind of crazy happens tomorrow, but we'll have to wait and see. My stop loss for this trade right now is very low. It's all the way down here around $64,000. Again, we will wait and see what happens with it, but I've started to go long on a bunch of positions and I'll be waiting to see how this works out. I'll see you guys in basically 3 hours around midnight my time, and we'll be going over a little bit more stuff and any other tokens that you guys want to look for. But I appreciate it, guys, and look for some of those videos coming out next week as far as the tutorial. It's going to be a playlist, so it's not going to be one long 5-hour, 20-hour course or something like that. It's going to be, you know, the basics of crypto trading, like what is moving averages, what are technical analysis, all the type of stuff. Technical analysis will be broken into a bunch of videos, but you guys will have access to all the information there. So get ready for that, but that's probably going to be not until next week, okay?